Every lover of history has blind spots, but through exposure and equipped with an open mind, these historical blind spots can become new points of fascination. The current exhibition at the Royal BC Museum in Victoria represents a historical blind spot for me. So, I thought I would check it out and see if it would resonate. Here is my take on Angkor, the Lost Empire of Cambodia. The Angkor Empire existed from the 9th to the 15th centuries and was at one time or another both Hindu and Buddhist. The current exhibition features over 120 original artifacts from hundreds of temples in the Cambodian jungle. The most impressive and familiar of these temples is Angkor Wat. Many of the artifacts displayed have never left the country until now. From the first statue, I was captivated. Being so unaware of the history and mythology of everything I was seeing, I found it all so exotic. In the West, we aren't that familiar with Hinduism. And when it comes to Buddhism, we don't generally associate that faith with having multiple deities. But as we can see with this 800-year-old shrine to Hivajra, the tantric god, Buddhism involves more than just meditation and has a complex mythology. When it comes to the number of deities, however, Buddhism doesn't hold a candle to Hinduism. The exhibit contains many statues of these, including this one taken from Angkor Wat dating from the 12th century of Narasimha, an avatar of the god Vishnu. And this statue of Garuda from the 10th century, a creature in charge of protecting the central shrine of the temple it was stationed in front of. Other than supernatural deities, the exhibit highlights the occasional personality from the Angkor Empire as well. Most notably, King Jayavarman VII, the man who ruled during the height of the empire 800 years ago and who is most closely associated with changing the state religion from Hinduism to Buddhism. The exhibit features many other artifacts other than those of personages and supernatural beings, such as this extraordinarily detailed boundary marker. The exhibit covers 10,000 square feet of space and is nicely laid out and very well explained with models, interactive displays, and videos. The Royal BC Museum suggests you allot 2 hours, and I would agree with that. It may even take longer if you watch the accompanying IMAX film, which I also recommend. Now, a word on the exhibit book. The book is not included in the price of admission to the exhibit and retails for about $29.95, as you can see here in the sticker. It's a really nice book. It's been nicely put together. It has photos of some of the artifacts that were in the exhibit, as well as pictures from Cambodia and from the temples where the artifacts were taken. It also has some concisely written information about the Khmer people and the empire that the exhibit talks about. Now, the only nitpick I have with this book is I would have liked to see all of the artifacts chronicled in this book and not just a small fraction. Now, you might think, Caleb, that's way overkill. Who would chronicle all 120 artifacts in an exhibit book? But that's common. To illustrate, in 2012, we attended this exhibit in Seattle, and it was amazing. There were 150 artifacts, and all of them are in this exhibit book. As you can see, they were all beautifully photographed and written about, and there's additional information from historians all about these artifacts that were brought from the Cairo Museum to the Seattle Museum, and it was amazing. The exhibit was amazing. The book is amazing. I think it retailed for $20 to $30 American at the time. I think it was totally worth it. It's a great coffee table book and keepsake. And then in 2016, my wife and I went to the British Museum and saw this exhibit. This exhibit was fantastic too. I think it retailed for £25, as you can see there. It's just under 300 pages, and once again, all of the artifacts are beautifully photographed and listed in the book, as well as tons of additional information and essays from historians chronicling anything that would pertain to this exhibit and the time period and the religions involved that's what the exhibit was about. So when compared with these books, I think the Angkor book is lacking, in my opinion. It's too thin. I would have liked to see more pages, and I would have liked to see all the artifacts chronicled. Sometimes when you go to an exhibit, you don't really want to spend hours reading. You just want to enjoy the artifacts and savor them. That's why you buy the book after, so that you can get informed and read more about what you saw. So again, this is a personal nitpick of mine. I still like the book. I still think it was worth the money. It's a nice keepsake of what I saw and to remember the exhibit by. For most people, this book will be enough. I would have liked to see more, but it's not a deal breaker. I loved this exhibition. The detail in the craftsmanship is stunning and on par with anything that was designed or created in Europe during this period. Who would I recommend this exhibit for? Anyone who has even a minimal interest in history. I don't, however, recommend it for little children. I think teenagers may find something of value in it, but anyone younger, the exhibit will probably go over their heads. Now, if you have little children and would like to see the Angkor exhibit yourself, here is my suggestion. Bring them along with your partner, and while one partner takes the children to one of the 2 dinosaur exhibits currently running, the other partner can enjoy the Angkor exhibit, and vice versa. The best of the 2 dinosaur exhibits is Sue, the T-Rex Experience, which runs until January 7th, 2024, and has 2 full dinosaur skeletons. Now, the only downside to the Angkor exhibit is the cost. An adult admission amounts to $29.95, and if you include the accompanying IMAX show, the total price is $40.90. For a youth to attend, the price is $26.20. And for a child to see both the IMAX show and the exhibit, the cost is only $5.40. For some, the cost of a family to attend may be prohibitively expensive, and I don't blame anyone if they feel that way. But if you are like me and enjoy history, this exhibit is worth the cost. Angkor, the Lost Empire of Cambodia closes on January 14th, 2024, and then transfers to the Royal Alberta Museum. It will run there from February 23rd, 2024 to July 28th, 2024. Angkor, the Lost Empire of Cambodia knocked me out. It opened my eyes to a culture and history I was completely ignorant of, and it created within me a desire to visit Cambodia. This is perhaps the best feature. This exhibit will make you want to personally visit Angkor Wat and experience the culture of the Khmer people themselves, who are the descendants of this once great empire. If you have visited this exhibit, share your thoughts and feelings about it down below. And if you have small children or teenagers and have taken them to see it, I would also love to know what they thought about it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.